CMSportsNet is made possible by Genova's To Go, Carroll Links, and by Carroll Indoor Sports Center. Game On is brought to you by Aquino Financial Services.
Hi there, I'm Pat Stetzer, and welcome back to Game On. Carroll County Winter Sports Championships are starting to come into view, and we've got you covered as always. There's plenty of action on tap, so let's get started. It's Game On. Carroll County High School hoops were heating up with big matchups throughout the week. Let's check out some highlights from 3 big matchups took place, and we're going to start with a boys hoops clash between Liberty and Westminster. Westminster's Will Molman comes up with a steal in the paint, and the senior takes off down the court and he bodies up here for 2 points. And the Owls are coming on hot in the second quarter. Everything going Westminster's way. Brandon Barrett breaks off after a turnover. He lays it in. Westminster outscores Liberty 17-3 in the second quarter. The home team leads 25-11 at halftime. Liberty chips away at the deficit, but Westminster keeps the Lions at bay from behind the arc. Shea Greenwood from 3 with the shot clock winding down. The Owls are up by 16. Tristan West finds Jaden Zumbrin in the near corner. Zumbrin hits a 3. Liberty down 12, 36-24. Coming out of a timeout, though, it's Greenwood to Charlie Molman. Right here, one-handed slam, easy dunk. Westminster up 42-31 after 3 quarters. The Lions not out of it yet. They come away with the ball here, and Colin Martin scores on a putback right there, and it's an 8-point game. Another steal here for the Lions, and this time it's Tristan West to Gavin Spies for the layup right there on the left side. Westminster's lead down to 52-46. 6-point game, less than 2.5 to go. Will Molman's going to grab the rebound here, and the outlet pass finds brother Charlie Molman, and it's a breakaway dunk. Westminster hangs on after a hot start to win this one 63-56 and stay near the top of the county standings behind 22 points from Will Molman. And now let's head to Winfield, where South Carroll hosted Century in another pivotal boys basketball matchup. Micah Puckett returning for the Cavaliers to face the Knights. He gets going early on. Check out this 3-pointer from the senior. Nick Barron gets a pass after cutting to the basket, but he's denied by South Carroll's big man, Benson Sommerfeld. Check out this ball movement by Century. Barron whips it over to Nate McLaughlin in the corner. No look pass goes to Braden Davis, gets it back to Barron, back to McLaughlin. He finishes for Century. Nick Barron continuing to work down low after getting offensive rebound. McLaughlin finds Barron on the perimeter. Barron's going to free himself up. Drive to the rack, use a little bit of a shot fake to free himself for the shot. Century leads the Cavaliers 30-21 heading into intermission. South Carroll comes storming back. Puckett comes off a screen from Sommerfeld, knocks down the 3, and the home team leads 37-34 with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. South Carroll finds themselves down 3 under 5 seconds to play, and they draw up an inbounds play to Nate Houston. Can't get the shot to go, and Century walks away with a 49-46 win behind 18 points from Nate Brown and despite 22 points from Micah Puckett. All right, one more set of highlights to show you. It's Westminster visiting Liberty in county girls basketball action. Maddie Gassman gets a pass from Brinley Bogue. The senior knocks down a 3-pointer from the wing, and the Owls are on the board. Now it's almost a steal here for Westminster, but Alyssa Gollenbeck is in the lane, and she scores from the one-handed shot from 12 feet away. After 1 quarter, it's 14-11 for Westminster. Liberty takes the lead on this drive to the basket from Allison Ball. A nice play from the sophomore here. Gassman's going to keep her eyes on the ball here. Top of the arc, she gets the steal, and then she takes it the distance from half court for a Westminster layup. And the Owls end the half like this. Inbound to Gassman. She gets it back to Emma Jones, and the junior drains a long-range 3-pointer. Westminster leads by 9 points at the break. Some nice passing here by the Owls as Gassman to Jones to freshman Xavier Berge for the layup, and Westminster is pulling away in this one early in the third quarter. Liberty trying to make it a game in the fourth quarter. Lions get some help here from Paige McKnight. Steps back from behind the arc. It's a nice shot by the senior. Give the assist to Gollenbeck. But it's just too much Owls. Gassman to Aspen Higgs to Cole Peach for the easy layup. and Westminster wins this one by 26 points behind 18 from Maddie Gassman. All right, time for some recent boys basketball results. Winters Mill snapped a 7-game losing streak, and they won for the first time since December 17th. Now let's actually see some highlights from our game of the week from January 16th when Francis Scott Key hosted South Carroll. Tyler Hansen came into the game leading the county in scoring, gets a layup to go here after one quarter. FSK enjoys a 17-12 lead. Could be a missed shot here from Francis Scott Key. It turns into this. Walker Foble whips a pass way down to Benson Sommerfeld, and the big man slams it home for South Carroll. South Carroll takes over in the second quarter. Foble comes up with a steal, and the senior goes all the way in for the bucket. The Cavaliers outscored the Eagles 17-7 in that quarter. They lead 29-24 at halftime. Sommerfeld's going to grab an offensive rebound here, and he spies Foble on the arc. And Foble, actually top of the arc, he's going to swish the three, and the Cavaliers build their lead back up once more. Foble gets free, and he gets to the hoop here for the Cavaliers. Right here, nice drive. But FSK ends the quarter with a bang. It's Augie Bertrand from half court. Big three-pointer off the glass. It's 43-38 for the Cavaliers. Foble starts the fourth quarter with this nifty drive and a chance for a three-point play, and South Carroll is poised to pull away. And the Cavaliers earn the road county victory behind 31 points from Walker Foble. All right, last Friday we go. Check in on the city rivalry with Winters Mill and Westminster boys hoops. A steal from Westminster. Tonic Zeta finds Charlie Molman for the two-handed dunk, and the Owls are up 14-10 after one. Kate Steckel scores for Winters Mill after a turnover. Westminster's right back on the move, and Brandon Barrett in the corner for three. Owls 27-20 at halftime. It's a fast-paced third quarter. Nat Curley drains a three here for Winters Mill, and that cuts Westminster's lead to 2 points. The Owls answer other end, a three of their own from Shea Greenwood, and back and forth we go in the city showdown. Zeta ends the third quarter with a three right in front of the student section, and Westminster leads 44-38 with 8 minutes to play. All right, fast forward, under 2 to go, and Chase Siegel scores on a spin move here despite some tight defense from Molman, and we're tied up 52-all. Now here we go, Westminster, final seconds, a chance to take the lead. It's Tonic Zeta with a jumper from 15 feet away that finds the net, and the Owls are up by 2. Winters Mill's last chance comes up just short, and the Owls hang on for the win. Tonic Zeta leads Westminster with 11 points. All right, on to the stats leaders now, as reported by county coaches to CMSportsNet's no update this week from FSK and Liberty. Scoring leaders are up first. Micah Puckett returned with a solid game for South Carroll. Century's Nate Brown is one of 2 nights, averaging better than 13 points per game. Rebound leaders up next, Benson Sommerfeld, Charlie Molman, and Chase Siegel battling for the top spot, and Westminster has both Molman brothers on the list. Assist leaders now, Tonic Zeta has the most assists on the board with 43. Nice start to the season for the senior. And the steals leaders to round it out, Walker Foble and Michael Puckett giving the Cavaliers some good defensive numbers so far. All right, time to see the weekly top scorers, and Walker Fogle's 31-point game tops the list from just a few days ago. South Carroll has the top 2 games of the year. Actually, they were both 31 points. Michael Puckett did it for South Carroll during their holiday tournament. The boys basketball county standings look like this. Century on top, and the Knights are perfect through the first pass of CCAL opponents. Westminster has just the 1 loss, so it's a 2-team race at the moment, but as we know, plenty of basketball still to be played. Over to girls basketball with some recent results. FSK had no problems with Boonesboro, neither did the Owls on the road against Liberty. Same goes for Man Valley when the Mavericks faced Winters Mill. Stats leaders time, as reported again by county coaches. No update from Century or Liberty this week. A pair of Eagles and Cavaliers in the scoring leaders, and South Carroll is enjoying a 6-game win streak. Rebound leaders are up next, and we will see more of Maddie Gassman from Westminster and Leah Miller from South Carroll in just a moment. Assist leaders finds Abby Rieger of Francis Scott Key on top of the list, and teammate Summer Brooks is not too far behind, with Maddie Gassman right there as well. And the steals leaders, where 4 Manchester Valley players are showing out. so far this season for the Mavericks. Time to check out the top scoring efforts from the last week from girls basketball. Summer Brooks and Jilla Watson of FSK combined for 37 points in their win over Boonesboro, while Maddie Gassman led Westminster with 18 in that road win against Liberty. Okay, the county girls basketball standings are tight at the top. The Owls have a win over South Carroll. The Cavaliers have one against Francis Scott Key. So you have 3 teams going there at 5-1. Speaking of Westminster and South Carroll, we have our next Game of the Week broadcast lined up for you. It's the Owls and Cavaliers from Winfield on Friday, January 24th. Tim Whitehead joins me on the call. Our pregame coverage begins at 5:50. Tip-off is set for 6. This is part of South Carroll's annual Gold Rush event. Let's talk about this matchup, and we'll start with Westminster, where the Owls have won 4 games in a row and 7 of their last 8. The reigning county champions got some balance in their recent win over Liberty with 10 points from Emma Jones and 7 more from Aspen Higgs. We mentioned Maddie Gassman's 18. In last year's Owls-Cavs game in Winfield, Westminster erased a late deficit, and they won that game in overtime. Now let's talk about the Cavaliers. South Carroll's on a 6-game winning streak, and the Cavaliers are back in the mix for the county championship after a 2-4 start. Leah Miller is averaging 15 points per game over the last 4, and Charlotte Harrington dropped 22 points 2 weeks ago in a win against Winters Mill. Team stats time, we can see a 9-2 team against an 8-4 squad. The Owls like their games in the 50s on offense, while the Cavaliers want their opponents under 40 points per game. And we've got players to watch from our Game of the Week. Maddie Gassman doing it all for Westminster, and Leah Miller giving South Carroll almost a double-double per game. So once again, it's the Owls and Cavaliers as part of South Carroll's Gold Rush night on Friday at 6 p.m. We'll have pregame coverage for you at 5:50, and then it's tip-off time for the Game of the Week. Sticking with girls basketball and some upcoming games of note, the Mavericks host the Lions on Friday at 5, and the Eagles visit Winters Mill for another Carroll County Athletic League clash. And now some upcoming games for boys basketball. The Cavaliers get the Owls late Friday night. That caps the Gold Rush festivities, while first place Century visits Winters Mill next week after the Falcons travel to FSK on Friday. Time for a quick break. We come back, it's over to wrestling to check in with Carroll County teams, plus we'll unveil the latest CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week. So don't go away, Game On is coming right back.
Gear up! Adult volunteers are needed for robotics tournaments. First Chesapeake, part of a global robotics community for youth ages 4 to 18, seeks adult volunteers to serve as referees, judges, and support staff at tournaments across Washington, D.C., Maryland, Virginia, and West Virginia, each year from November to April. No robotics experience is required. These free events inspire youth to explore STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, while fostering leadership and teamwork. Volunteer today. Sign up online at firstchesapeake.org/volunteer. Let's gear up for the future.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg for lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
There's a lot about Sarah and Tara that's exactly alike. They drink the same coffee, they have the same great job, and they both have a high-quality education. The only difference? Sarah spent her first 2 years at Carroll Community College, getting the same exceptional education, but at less than half the cost. So while Tara uses her paycheck to make student loan payments, Sarah can use hers for other things, like going out for coffee. Get started at carrollcc.edu.
Hi, I'm Steve Aquino. Creating a financial plan requires a disciplined, well-thought-out approach. At Aquino Financial Group, our mission is to provide a variety of solutions to help our clients fulfill their lifetime financial goals and dreams.
Do you know a young person eager to grow and succeed? Now is the time to register them for the Kiwanis Leadership Experience. For over a century, Kiwanis has empowered youth, and Westminster Kiwanis is continuing that legacy here in our community. Leadership skills, communication, problem solving, teamwork are vital for college and career success. The programs will help young people develop the essential skills of communication, problem solving, and teamwork, making them stand out to universities and employers. Choose from 2 exciting options. Starting January 25th is the first option, an in-depth curriculum for 9th and 10th graders. And then, on January 27th, is a one-day course for 7th and 8th graders. Expert instructors will include development specialists, regional and prominent figures from our community. Kiwanis is proud to partner with the Carroll County Chamber of Commerce and McDaniel College to bring these incredible opportunities. Unlock your students' full potential. Register for a Kiwanis Leadership Program today. The registration deadline is January 22nd. Visit the Westminster, Maryland Kiwanis website for more information.
Welcome back to Game On. Let's get right back into some winter high school sports. Let's take to the mat and check in with Carroll County Wrestling, and we can begin with some recent results from around the Carroll County Athletic League. Manchester Valley went 9-0 at the Kenwood Duels, and you'll see here the semifinal win over Quince Orchard and their finals win against Marriott Ridge. That took place over the weekend. Winners Mill topped Hereford last week before the Falcons beat North Hagerstown and St. James in a tri-meet on Tuesday. The county standings are up next. South Carroll and Man Valley remain unbeaten in the CCAL. Winners Mill and Liberty just have one loss each, so still some matches to go, but they're your top teams right there. And now some upcoming matches from around Carroll County. The Falcons host Liberty and Westminster on a tri-meet Thursday, so a lot will be decided there, and there are plenty of people waiting for that Mavs-Cavs bout next Wednesday evening. Now stay tuned for more information for that Man Valley South Carroll dual meet next week from Winfield. We're making some plans for something special on that night, so stay tuned. All right, time for the latest CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week. And it comes from the wrestling mat, where this senior from Winners Mill won a tournament title on his home turf and stayed unbeaten on the season in the process. Time to find out who it is. All right, the latest CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week, Chris Gang, Winners Mill Wrestling. Undefeated last week, Chris, in first place at the Falcon Invite. I think 6-0 last week if you count the duel against Hereford. Just what was going well for you last week? I'll get to the fact that you haven't lost a match yet, but what was going well for you last week to be able to get that victory at the tournament?
Yeah, last week, looking at the competition, I knew I was going to have some good matches there, so just getting ready at practice mentally and physically, getting ready for the tough competition.
Is it make it a little more special that you were able to do it here at the Falcon Invitational? It's been a long time tournament, and obviously you're a veteran of this team, so getting the first place win there, make it a little more sweet?
Yeah, getting the win at the home tournament, it's always nice to have happen. So.
You're off to a good start. I think 21-0 so far as we're recording this. What's been the one or two things going so well for you the first start of the season here?
I had kind of a rough summer coming. I had surgery, so just getting back from all that and pushing the pace in the practice room and helping my team get better. It's really working, trying to carry the team.
Yeah.
We're doing a lot better this year.
Yeah, off to a good start as a team as well, no doubt about it. You mentioned to me earlier that you already got to 100 career wins earlier in the year. Mm-hmm. You're on the list there in the county champion. You're on the wall a couple times. This is a program that's had a lot of great wrestling. Yeah. I'm not trying to tell you to pick one, but more cool to have the 100 wins or also to be a reigning county champion going into your last round here?
I think 100 wins because there's not a lot. We have a board up there, and there's not a lot of people on that board. So, but we got a lot of county champs. So
it's a short list for now, yeah. And obviously a short list too for a state championship. So my last question to you is, what's your guiding factor here in the next month and a half or so to get ready for that final push to March?
I have a lot of coaches that are help pushing me, and a lot of alumni coming back to help push me because they all know that I can win a state championship. So just taking what my coaches tell me and believing in myself.
All right, man. Well, congrats on a great week last week. Good luck the rest of the year. That's Chris Gang, the latest CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week is brought to you by Barnes Bollinger Insurance.
Congratulations to Chris Gang, the latest CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week. And a quick look at our winter selections so far this season. It's hard to believe we're almost halfway through the winter. And that'll do it for this week's episode of Game On. As always, we thank you for watching. CM Sportsnet will have wrestling coverage for you on Thursday with that county tri-meet at Winters Mill between the Falcons, Lions, and Owls. We're looking forward to that one. Also a reminder, our next game of the week takes place Friday in Winfield when Westminster visits South Carroll. Tim Whitehead joins me on the call. Pre-game coverage is set for 5:50, and the tip-off at South Carroll is set for 6. And we got you covered on the boys' side too, and Westminster takes on South Carroll to finish up Gold Rush night from Winfield. That game's expected to start around 7:30. It's JV boys and girls first, then the varsity girls at 6, and the boys at 7:30. Be sure to catch all of our high school sports content online on Facebook and YouTube, and you can visit our website at cmsportsnet.com. You can also watch us on cable channel HD 1072. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at CMSportsNet Action. Thanks again, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg. For lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
There's a lot about Sarah and Tara that's exactly alike. They drink the same coffee, they have the same great job, and they both have a high-quality education. The only difference? Sarah spent her first 2 years at Carroll Community College, getting the same exceptional education, but at less than half the cost. So while Tara uses her paycheck to make student loan payments, Sarah can use hers for other things, like going out for coffee. Get started at carrollcc.edu.
Hi, I'm Steve Aquino. Creating a financial plan requires a disciplined, well-thought-out approach. At Aquino Financial Group, our mission is to provide a variety of solutions to help our clients fulfill their lifetime financial goals and dreams.